Hello everybody, this is Tanushree Roy, your own success coach, back with another video. As per my promise, let me remind you to give that me time to yourself, spend that 1 hour with yourself first thing in the morning. Everyone who has missed my video on the me time, I have provided the link in the description box. Please go ahead, watch the video and follow it. That is one thing that is going to help you all your life. And before I go into today's topic, I would like to apologize. Last Tuesday, I could not upload a video because you know how Durga Puja is in Bengal. There was mics blasting all over the places and I just couldn't find a quiet corner to record the video. So decided not to post one. So I apologize for that. I'm sure some of you must have waited for my video to come up, but because of so much of noise around, I couldn't record it. Now, coming to today's topic, today let us talk about miscommunication. We have talked about communication. We have talked about what is communication. To rewind what we have talked about, communication is when you express something that is received by the person in front of you and a feedback given. That is a complete cycle of communication. Now, what is miscommunication? How many times have you said, no, I didn't mean that, I meant this. How many times do we land up saying this? So, miscommunication happens for two reasons. First reason is when we do not know to express things correctly. Example, Misha's husband. We come back to Misha because I love Misha. I simply love Misha. Misha's husband, he had a very peculiar way of expression. Now suppose Misha is vomiting, definitely it doesn't give pleasure to her husband to see his wife vomiting. So instead of being empathetic towards it, his expression would be, stop vomiting! What the heck? Why are you vomiting? Now, I don't remember seeing anyone in this whole world, except for those eating disorder people, who vomits voluntarily. Obviously, someone is vomiting, someone is throwing up, he or she is not well. So, look into how you will ensure that the person gets well instead of yelling. So his expression, he is hurt, he is feeling, he is feeling hurt that she is in pain. So this is how he expresses. Now, anyone standing by, or even for that matter, person who is listening it, for once, twice, thrice, she also consoled herself that he's saying like this because, he is hurt. But if you keep on doing something like this, what happens? At one point of time, everyone has a threshold. Even Misha has a threshold. That threshold has to break someday. Someday she has to come back and say, please come on. Stop irritating it. Already, when I'm feeling sick, don't add to my irritation. I'm already down. Don't add to it. Stop being nonsense. If you cannot be empathetic, stay away. I'm not asking you to take care of me. Please don't, but stay away. Please don't add to my agony. This is bound to happen. And there are so many times all of us do this. Now, I didn't mean it this way, I meant it that way. So, if you meant it that way, why don't you talk about that? Why are you talking about this? Right? So, we have a big time problem about expressing our feelings the right way. Coming back to what we had talked about, do we understand our feelings at all? Yes, that's another very important thing. See, all these things are very interlinked. Right? So if we don't understand our own feelings correctly, we cannot express it correctly. Even sometimes when we do understand our feelings correctly, we don't know how to express it correctly. Right? So this is one thing that we need to work on ourselves. to express, learn to express what you actually mean rather than just blattering out some words. Expression is not just a few words said, it's really expressing what you feel. So be very particular about what you are expressing, how you are expressing. We've talked about how to communicate also. So how you are expressing and what you are expressing is very important. And another very important aspect which leads to miscommunication is listening. Lack of listening skill. Somebody is saying something, somebody is trying to express. Now everyone does not express it in one sentence. There are people who go ahead and narrate a little bit to express what they are feeling. Have the patience to listen. It makes the other person feel good that somebody is listening to him or her. Right? So it's very important that you listen. Listen to the whole thing. Not just hear. It's not a superficial thing. Your auditory function that takes in the sound processes it. Listen. Understand what the person is trying to say. Until and unless you are focused to the expression of the other person, you will never be able to understand, perceive it correctly. You will perceive it your way. To able to perceive it in the right note of the person who is expressing it, you really need to listen with all your heart, with all your head. Listen to the person and then understand what that person is trying to say and then give a feedback. Just do not give a feedback on half a sentence or just hearing something. Never ever do it. Never give a reaction to something which is heard via media. If you have not heard that person say that to you or express it to you, you heard it from somewhere, go ahead and clarify. I heard you said this. Is it true? It's very important. If you do not do that, most of the time you will land up having a miscommunication, and a miscommunication can lead to a lot of humongous devastation in life. Forget about being successful, you will not even be peaceful. The minimum peace that you have will be lost because of miscommunication. So please make sure you express correctly and have the patience to listen and perceive the message as the person is trying to give you. Please do not go ahead and try to teach this to another person before you start practicing it yourself. Because if you start preaching before you practice, it will sound very superficial and the other person will only get annoyed with you. Stop preaching. Gyan baatna band karo. Stop distributing gyan. Right? We are very good at it. And any place, anywhere in the world, I guess all of us are really good at distributing knowledge without actually practicing it. So please don't land up being one of them. And before I wind up today's video, I would request you to subscribe, like and share my videos. That encourages me to go ahead and continue giving you these tips. And I'm sure these tips really help you in being successful in life. Small things, but very helpful. Please do subscribe. It is free of cost. It doesn't cost you to subscribe or like the video. And definitely while you subscribe, please do not forget to click the bell icon so that you get a notification of my videos whenever I upload one. See you next Tuesday. Thank you. Stay well, stay blessed.